Unholy am I am Darken GraVes, and my guest tonight is not just another pretty face. My guest tonight on Into the Cemetery Gates is indeed DOLLFACE. But first, let's pay some bills.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Uncle Phil, or the Nephilim, on shaky cam because the medication makes my hands shake, and you are watching Something Delicious on the Darken GraVes Network. Enjoy, and bon appetit.
Darken has your number. I know because I'm buff, but Darken has the stuff.
Because you think you stand a chance against Darken GraVes. Get real.
And well, it is I, the lyrical miracle,
The sexual, intellectual,
the cunning linguist,
and the quintessential stud muffin, Joel. I told your mom I prefer her hairless, so that's why she shaves. And also she does it because she's in the cemetery gates with the unholy icon, Darken GraVes Gertner. And for your podcast listening pleasure, after you've had yourself an eargasm, downloading and listening to my 69-minute eargasm, after you've experienced the extreme with me and Blue Meanie and Josh Chernoff on That Was Extreme, make sure that you download and listen to Enter the Cemetery Gates with the unholy icon, Darken GraVes. Listen to that podcast, or else you're not listening to podcasts. Well.
Hey, what's up? It's Angelina Love and Darken GraVes. I think it's about time that you and I get in the ring one-on-one and I can teach you a little lesson that I hear you need to learn. So, how about it?
And all Darken's people said, "A fucking man." And I am the unholy icon, Darken GraVes, and you have just entered the cemetery gates. Tonight's special guest, she's a lady that strikes fear into the hearts of those who are brave enough to step into the ring with her. She's the owner of Full Throttle Wrestling, and you can find her competing in Savage Promo Wrestling, WCC, PWR Supremacy, MPCW, HSW, Heresy, and XWE, where she is the current Bloodlust champion, reigning and defending. She's also one half of the SPW Tag Team Champs, along with Dragon Queen. But above all else, she lives for the competition, loves the competition more than anything else. And on a personal note, I'm a big fan. And yeah, I love everything she puts out. So let's not waste any more time. Let's take a closer look, if you will, at the one and only DOLLFACE.
Hello? Can you find me? Can you find me? I'm here.
DOLLFACE, do you hear me now? Do you hear the sound of my voice, DOLLFACE?
But see, you all don't realize that what I do is take people, break them, and use their blood for my sacrificial reasons. Do me a favor, Heresy. Get with the program and actually give me someone worthy of my fucking time.
They say there are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Well, I'd like to add one more. I had to choose. Revenge.
It's not like it would hurt you. I mean, could it possibly hurt you? Since you're so evil. Your cute little mask has blood on it already. What would be the big deal if I ended just your way? I have things to set straight. Things that happened in this last fucking match with my sister Gypsy. Are you willing to take that trip down a nightmare road? Are you ready to show what you're made of? Because, sweetheart, even the best cry blood, and even the strongest bleed.
And that's the kind of shit that's right up my alley. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, DOLLFACE. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. So yeah, what do you think about the video? I'm always curious to know what the guests think about the intro videos.
I absolutely love it. It captures everything I am, what I bring. It is just, yeah, that's something that will be added to my page because it's perfect. Like, I really, really love it.
Sweet. I'm glad. So, let's get started. You're a busy woman in EFED wrestling, but your talents go beyond EFED wrestling. You dabble a little bit in the indie circuit along with your husband.
Yeah. Well, he tried to train me, and it went south.
Is he around? Is he?
He's actually inside right now watching the kiddos.
Okay. I was gonna say if he stops by, I'd tell him to come give a quick wave or something.
Yeah, he's inside watching the kiddos. Actually, they're playing PlayStation. So.
Right. So I'm always curious to know how each one of my guests how they found this crazy, methodical, sadistic game that we have called EFED wrestling. How did you first come into EFED wrestling?
My husband actually was the one who showed me EFED wrestling. At the beginning, believe it or not, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making a promo. And I'm like, you're talking to a camera. You're not talking to a person. He's like, yeah, but I'm pre-recording. I'm just like, It sounds really stupid. Why would you do that? That was me at the beginning. He got me into it. He created DOLLFACE. At the beginning, DOLLFACE was supposed to be like a spinoff of Harley Quinn.
Right.
And then I got into my own shell and I started doing my own thing, and here I am now.
Yeah. How much of DOLLFACE is in Patty? Like, how much?
I want to say about 3/4 of it.
Oh wow, same here. You look like you have a lot of fun with your promos. Like I said, I watch all your work. I'm a big fan. I relate to your character. When you that's why I find it kind of funny when you said that you thought it was stupid at first. Once you got it, how long have you been doing this for?
Believe it or not, I'm going on 2 years.
Wow, I would have guessed a lot longer. You're already IPW Hall of Famer.
Yes,
that's awesome. So you've done work with Ryan on the indie circuit. Tell me a little bit about that. Before we jump in.
Well, I know we did in EFED. He actually trained me a little bit because we did one match for him and I, and he did train me a little bit for it. I kind of didn't like it very much. I'm more of an EFED than indie. He's more of an indie than EFED, so we kind of balance each other off. But I think I'm more of a manager setting. That's more my thing. So I've got all of that down now, and I believe he was actually going to start incorporating that. So eventually we may be doing this together instead of just him by himself.
Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. Full Throttle Wrestling isn't just an EFED company. It's an actual indie company, right?
Correct. So Full Throttle Wrestling originally was owned by Anthony Walker, a very close and dear friend of ours who unfortunately passed away from COVID. And so we carried the name into the EFED and brought it to life in EFED world since it is no longer being used in real life.
Okay. First time I saw FTW, I thought it stood for "fuck the world" because I was thinking Taz. Y'all got a pretty big roster. I'm a spectator on the page, and I enjoy what I see. I did watch y'all's live show the other night with I guess she's going by Christine now.
Yes, that is her character on live when she does live results.
And Sabrina and Connor Michael. So I thought you did a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you've been
yeah, pretty much. I tell them right before they go on. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go first.
Oh, I was just saying how usually before they go on to live, since this is the first time that we did our live results for the pay-per-view, I just told them to go in and have some fun with it, and they actually did pretty good. I was pretty pleased with how they handled it.
Hi, Mariah. She may like that or she may not. You've been pretty much anywhere in any EFED there is. You've at least had a cup of coffee there. You sent me a list and I couldn't remember them all. But I know currently you're in XWE. You just the women's title was forfeited by Alicia Maglio. Am I correct?
Correct.
And you turned it back into the Bloodlust Championship. I saw that promo. That was a good promo.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah. you're competing in PWR supremacy. Do you? I know you run the day-to-day operations of FTW as an EFED. Do you also compete there as well?
I compete when I know they really need me more than usual. I try to stay behind the scenes, but if I know there's a competitor that's a little bit above, you know, other competitors, I'll just kind of like throw myself in there. Of course, giving that competitor, some competition, not taking the win for sure, because that's not who I am. But I do push a lot of my competitors, even newcomers that have just come in. First thing I do is I'll give them a little push, and I'll talk to them and see who they would like to work with. So I kind of work with my competitors to see what they like best.
See, and you put them over and everything. So
Correct.
that's cool. That's cool. You're also one half of the tag team champions in Savage Promo Wrestling, which is your sister Gypsy's Heather Johnson's Fed.
Yes.
And by the way, hi Heather. I have not been ignoring you. I promise. We'll talk later. So yeah, MCPW, which is correct me if I'm wrong, Austin Kruger's.
Correct.
Okay. Do you ever find it hard to juggle, to juggle so many feds at one time? Does it ever get overwhelming?
Sometimes it does. I think it mostly gets overwhelming when the kids become sick and I have to juggle at least 5 or 6 promos.
Right.
But sometimes I do find a way to. I really hate card promos, but if I have to, I will. And I'll just kind of spin it with editing and some, background pictures. And sometimes it helps a little bit. It kind of makes it a little more interesting. But I think there was one.
You shoot her J it up.
Okay, so there was one that I actually did in my closet, and I told Robert Miller about this one. I did one in my closet. Yes, Robbie Cutthroat. I put one phone on the side of the door, and I had the flashlight facing me, and I recorded just like that. And then I just added graphics to it, so it didn't make it look so blah. So yeah, sometimes when I'm cutting it short and I don't have a chance, that's what I'll do. I'll just stick myself in a closet and I'll do one real quick.
Yeah. Sometimes those are the best promos. So you mentioned you had a short stint in IW, which was that was my home for 2.5 years, unfortunately. How are you treated there, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, I wasn't treated badly. I was looked after. I did have fun. I saw some really good competition at the time that I was there. I don't know if it's the same now, but we ended up partying and going our own ways, mostly only because I don't like the whole, if someone says you can't be here or somebody else can't be here, then that other person gets removed as well. So it's kind of
exclusivity thing. Yeah. I'm kind of curious. When were you in IW? Because it had to be at least whenever I was there one time, because I joined in 2018 and I was there till 2020. And then
I want to say it was back in 2019.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I was there then. I don't know how I missed you, but was you on Delta or Omega, Alpha?
I think I was in Omega.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that was when I was really green. I was just starting.
Yeah. What was your relationship like with David Jones, if any? Was he
I never had a chance to talk to him. He was never available. I always spoke to, well, at the time, I think Tim Lee was the one that was in there.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. He paid $500 a month to be there.
At the time, it was him because I remember he got me to leave RCW and come over to IW. So that was about the time that I did that.
Yeah, Tim Lee paid about $5,000, I think, altogether to be in IW.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I never got that. I always said that's like paying your boss before you go to work in the morning, paying your boss saying, here's some money, I'm going to go work for you now.
That's weird.
Yeah. The feds you compete in now, what would you say? By the way, my dumbass didn't mention PWR supremacy, which you've been kind of a staple in.
PWR supremacy has been interesting. I've had, beast mode, which was one of my favorites. I finally got to have a little bit of competition or back and forth with KJ, which was interesting to say the least.
You should have, by the way.
Huh?
You should have won that match, by the way.
It is what it is. You just have fun doing it. Wins and losses, to me, it's yeah, but you learn a lot from it. Win or lose, you learn a lot from it, and you see everybody else's style, and you kind of pick up on how you can attack them the next time around. But now I'm up against Joey Duet.
Save that. We're gonna save that for the end because I can't wait to see what you had to say about that because the ambulance match. Yeah, little secret. That was my idea.
Oh, hey, there you go.
You was also against Jackson Bourne.
Mr. No Show. Yeah.
Yeah, you put the first nail in his coffin. I like to think I put the second nail in his coffin. And he's so forgettable. Whoever was against him last week, I guess, put the final nail in his coffin.
I think it was Nappy, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I think it was Nappy.
Yeah. So yeah, supremacy and XWE. You got introduced on the night of the draft, right?
Correct.
What was your dealings like with Ryan Huckabee? What's he like? Because personally, I like Ryan. We get along. I've heard good things and bad things, which I guess you hear that about any owner. But how's Ryan treated you so far?
I've had really good communication with him. I haven't had any issues. I mostly have a lot of fun there. Half the time we're constantly, messaging each other back really random shit because he's mostly high. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun there.
Yeah, he's been trying to recruit me hard, and I feel bad, but it is like you said. It is what it is. Other than that, MCPW that's an interesting fed. I'm a little bit biased.
The Asylum.
I'm a little bit biased when it comes to them because of Jackson Law. He accused me of some stuff that wasn't true. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Probably not. I try to keep personal shit like that out of what's going on, or at least I try to stay out of it because if I get into it, then it's no good for me. I'll end up getting booted is what'll happen.
But overall, you seem to have fun with what you do.
I do. In MPCW with the Asylum, my biggest thing was to get up and be able to, at some point, promote against Onions. And I got that. I got to do that.
Did you
And
beat
it's, yeah. But like I said, I had more fun promoting against him and just watching the back and forth, like watching his promos and listening to his words and looking at his style.
Yeah. I was in my very first faction was with Onions in a faction called On Pink Rikio. And so that's pretty cool. We both have a victory over Onions. How'd you beat him? Do you remember the way you beat him?
To be honest, I don't even remember. I just remember there was a lot of blood.
I can honestly say it's the first time that and probably the only time this will ever happen. It was for the the IW Alpha Hardcore title. I waterboarded him to tap out. Like,
nice.
I had him duct taped to a table and started waterboarding him until he tapped out. And I'm grateful to Tony for that, because Tony, he didn't have to put me over, and Tony's a nice guy. Great mind for the business.
Oh yeah.
So you've had your fun in the abusement part then.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, with him, it was actually a 3-way. It was between myself, Onions, and Zelzbar. So yeah, it was amazingly fun.
Here's a segment I call Most Likely, and I think you're going to be pretty good at this. Got 5 topics, and I'm going to say most likely E-Fed or 2. I want you to speak the God honest truth, which I know you will, and just tell me what E-Fed would be most likely to do these sort of unholy, horrible things. E-Feder most likely to drink someone else's used bath water.
Vinny Montana.
Wow. That's 2 for Montana, 4 for Cutthroat, and 3 for Big John so far since I've been doing most likely. Wow.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Part 2 of that question. Whose bath water would he drink?
Robbie Cutthroat's.
I was going to say his mom's, but.
No.
Good one, though. Number 2. E-Feder most likely to get arrested while doing a live promo, and what did they get arrested for?
Oh, damn. That one's a good one. Rajax, because he's always doing lives, and for violent threats, because they won't know who he's talking to.
That's a safe answer, but I'll take it. After if there ever comes a day when E-Fed is done and gone and there's no more E-Fed, what Fed do you think will go down in the history as the worst Fed of all time? Most likely to be named worst Fed of all time.
CWF.
See, I knew I was drawn to you for a reason. Crappy Wrestling Federation out of the Hillcock Arena or whatever they call it.
Yep.
On a more serious note, most likely to be the next E-Feder to be the next big. Excuse me. Most likely E-Feder to be the next big thing, the next big star, someone who you see that you've taken notice of that's that's come up that's maybe only been in the game like a few months to a year that you see as the next big thing?
Blunt Row.
Blunt Row. Who is that? I've never heard of him.
He's in RWPWF. He's got a style. Yes, he goes live, but he's got a style that doesn't cross the line, but it straddles that fine line. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bronx Bomber would know about that.
Yeah, but we'll leave that.
So, what's his name again?
Blunt Row.
All right, I have to check him out. Two more. Most likely, okay, besides Ronnie James, besides Tim Lee, besides Dylan Belcher, besides Nick Lovett, next E-Feder most likely to be blacklisted.
Gordy Kenyon.
Look. A fucking
dude
man.
sent me some weird shit.
Yeah. And would you believe, and I've told this before, 5 years ago, this past November, it was 5 years in the game for me. My very first match was against him, and I lost.
How do you lose to him?
You're in Hammer's Championship Wrestling, where Robin Snyder's a judge. But that's a whole nother story. Okay, this one's going to throw you for a loop. Last one. E-Feder most likely to shit himself while doing a promo wearing white pants. And noticeably the shit, you can see the shit, and he just keeps on promoting anyway and doesn't even say anything about it. Doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, hell. Jester White.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, he'd probably do a lot of horrible things during a promo. So, yeah, that's most likely. It's one of my weird little experimentations that turn into a full-time segment. Now we get to something a little more interesting.
Did I freeze? Oh, shit.
It's not you, it's me. It's my VPN. It's not you, it's me.
Oh, okay. I was like...
in no particular order, off the top of your head, top 5 E-Fed moments, whether it be a victory or whether it be match or something you did for a Fed.
Number 5, facing Jennifer Morton.
Yeah.
The queen herself.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Number 4. I mean, it's so hard. There's so many. I think winning my first women's championship. And to be quite honest, I don't even remember which Fed that was.
Do you remember who it was against?
Nope.
That was her name?
I guess it wasn't that important. Number 3. was my first up and coming and issuing an open challenge to Danon, Lady Danon.
Love her.
Oh, absolutely. And I got my ass beat for it. Number 2, getting to work with Ziggy Cobain, aka I'm trying to remember. He goes by Ziggy. He goes by Ziggy Cobain.
The Venom's he passed away.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. And then my number 1 would be, of course, my favorite match in MPCW, where it was Zelzbar and Onions. And I won.
That's a hell of a victory. Hell yeah.
It was. I honestly wasn't expecting to win. That was a bit of a surprise for me.
Tell me something. Off the top of your head, who are some people that you haven't worked with that you'd like to work with in the future?
Well, you're actually one of them. I wouldn't mind working with you. There's...
That caught me by surprise.
There's quite a few people out there. I'm really bad with names half the time. Steve from, believe it or not, he is from CWF. But he's actually been a really good friend to me. I would really love to work with him. Blunt Row, I have not had the opportunity to work with him. And I think one other person would be to work again. Well, right now I'm working against Beast Mode, but Mel Walker would be one.
Tell me something, just out of my own sheer morbid curiosity, what would a match with Darken GraVes versus DOLLFACE look like? And could anyone handle it that watches it?
Well, see, that's the thing. It would be more of a combination match for me, more of a Extreme Rules Cemetery type thing.
Right.
Something I would really want to take it to the next level, only because I want DOLLFACE to hit that extreme level to where most people really haven't taken her just yet.
Well, I get that a lot with I try my best to bring stuff out of people that they either know that they have but haven't been able to bring it out yet, or it's dormant or something like that. And I love doing that. I'd give you one hell of a match.
It would be fun.
Yeah, we'll talk later about that. Did you bring a shovel with you?
No, I wish.
You should have.
I know.
Because you got to dig your own grave now. How lame was that?
I mean, I could dig my own grave, but I'd make there, enough room for 2 bodies.
Well, there you go. See, selflessness. That's what... I commend you for that. So I'm going to give you 10 names, actually 11 names. And tell me the first. It doesn't necessarily have to be one word, but it could be a phrase. It could be just something. It's not necessarily going to be an e-fetter. It could be a fed Just the first thing that comes to your mind whenever I mention these names. You ready?
Go for it.
Number 1, Joey DeWitt.
Crazy.
Crazy. Number 2, someone that you're very familiar with, Gypsy.
Being that my sister, this one's kind of hard.
You broke up a little bit there. You there?
I don't know. She brings out just rolled up in one.
I could. Can you repeat that for me? Because you froze up during the middle of that. Can you hear me?
No, okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was gonna say, can you repeat that because you froze up during at the beginning of that?
Yeah. With Gypsy, it's kind of hard seeing as how she's my sister, so it would be like in summed up all in one is my kick-ass sister.
Cool. Ryan Huckabee.
Hi, all the time.
I'm interested to hear what you guys say about this one. Amelia Eris.
Strength. She has a lot of strength, so I see her as a strong person.
Number 5. This is not an E-Fed, but a Fed. I Wrestling.
A trap.
See, this is the perfect guess. Perfect guess. Number 6, Bubba Boudreaux, the Beast from the Bayou.
An amazing E-Fedder, big heart, and I just absolutely love his work. So just all around great person.
Right. Number 7, and I get a lot of flack for this, but the reason I get so much flack for it, I do it anyway just to piss people off. So number 7, Darken GraVes.
Oh, that guy. I love his style. I love the darkness to it, and it's something that my style kind of follows. So I actually enjoy quite a bit of the work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I do relate to your style too as well. Number 8, Mr. Okay, Thomas Awesome Austin. Watch me eat some wasp, okay? Check out the muscles, okay? Thomas Austin.
Pure comedy.
Yeah. Comedy, entertainment, all rolled up in one.
Yep.
Adam fucking Cage.
I respect his work. He is a fierce competitor, and I wish I had the opportunity to work with him at some point. Yeah.
When you want somebody to go, if you're looking for somebody to go back and forth with you, like when you drop a promo, he's going to wait. He's going to give you a grace period of 30 minutes, but he's going to drop a promo. For every promo you drop, he'll drop one. So he's he's a great guy.
Exactly. And that's the kind of back and forth I usually look for.
Cool. 2 more, and these are going to throw you for a loop. The first one, DOLLFACE.
Oh, that bitch.
Bitch. Evil. Right up my alley, bitch.
She is. She's horrible. Oh my God. She bullies everybody, according to some. I mean, she's so mean.
I call it tough love.
You know, if I wasn't DOLLFACE, I would definitely want to fight that bitch.
Well, which brings me to my last one. You, Patty.
I am almost everything DOLLFACE is, except for I'm able to control it a little more. But it's pretty much me.
And let me throw in there that you're a great mother to your kids.
Yes.
You love your kids, and you're a great all around human being in my book.
Yes. Thank you. I've had some people tell me I'm a crack whore and my kids don't get changed or fed or attention. So yeah, it's good to hear good things.
Well, whoever told you that needs to be hung.
Well, that would be Jared Thornton, Rodney King, Dylan Belcher.
Jared Thornton, you gotta realize something. Jared Thornton, Dylan Belcher, they don't matter. They're not humans. They're dirt. They're scum. I would.
That is true.
It's gonna sound a little harsh, but I am Darken GraVes. But if either one of them died tonight, I'd throw a party.
I mean, they won't really be missed, but you know.
No, they wouldn't. Last but not least, 2-night event, Supremacy coming up. It's the big WrestleMania event, and you are involved in an ambulance match. You, for everybody that's watching that doesn't know, DOLLFACE was on her way to winning the world title from KJ, which I know she would have won. Somebody grabs her feet, whether he had a foot fetish or not, I don't know. Hooded figure. We find out it's Joey DeWitt. And you got stretchered out. And hence, I guess, the reason why there's an ambulance match now. What's your thoughts going into this match? This is the first time you and Joey have ever faced off, correct?
Correct.
How you're not going to take it easy on him, are you?
Hell no. He cost me something that I was looking forward to, something that I was destined to take from KJ.
Yeah, definitely.
And him doing what he did pissed me off quite a bit.
Oh, but so. I don't want you to divulge any secrets of what you got planned for the match, but can you give us just a taste? Like, what's one thing you really want to do to him in this match? And
drain him of all blood.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, send him for a transfusion.
And that's if he's lucky. That's if he's lucky. Even
I'm thinking. For some reason, Beulah and Fonzie comes to mind right now. Their epic encounter in ECW, where he lost like 85% of his blood.
Well, I mean, he'll probably lose like 95% of it.
Joey, I love you, brother, but god damn, it sucks to be you at last breath. Any other matches you're looking forward to at last breath as a spectator?
I want to see Venom in their tag team match. Beast and Queen Alexia Payne. I always look forward to their promos, yeah.
Motherfucker is I'll admit this. I last week I had Hot Rod Allen on Conflict, which I'm undefeated on, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But I had the week before that I had Motherfucker, and I actually messaged him and told him that I was like, dude, you're one of the toughest opponents I've had, not because you scare me, but because I watch his promos and I'm like, what the fuck? How do you combat that?
You really want to know what it is? And I've learned it from him and from Queen Alexia Payne. It is their wordplay.
No, I'm talking about Motherfucker.
Oh, but most of the time, but most of the time, a lot of these guys that do all of this, it's wordplay. It's how they say it in like 20 different ways, and each different way shows a different scene.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that.
Motherfucker came out with me as this. He wanted to. I was wearing a Zero shirt, a Smashing Pumpkin Zero shirt, and he happened to have a crush on Billy Corgan. So he wanted me to become his muse, and he drops this promo on me, and he's like, "You smell like him. I hope you taste like him." I'm like, "What do I do here?" Like, I was like, so I just went and dropped this my normal. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass promo.
Okay, you smell like him. I wonder if you taste. Yeah, but like something like that, I probably would have gone and gotten chocolate and like drizzled it on myself and be like, yeah, you know, I taste real good, but
well, yeah,
you know, just kind of spin it.
But I'm a guy.
I know. But sometimes it's.
I just he knows he knows what he's a smart guy. He knows that he makes up people uncomfortable sometimes, and that's a plus on his part. Dude's creative ability, his graphics are like a work of art. I just don't want to face him for a long time. That's pretty bad whenever I say something like that. So,
that's crazy.
Closing this out, what does the future hold for DOLLFACE? Or should I say Letta as well?
Yep, Letta is a new character. More of a dominant, aggressive character, and DOLLFACE.
Let me stop right there real quick. How does one get more dominant and aggressive than DOLLFACE?
Letta kind of takes it to another level. Letta will bring out, you know, the knives, scissors if she has to, you know, kind of
dominatrix like stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta tune in to see Letta.
But it also depends on the character, you know, or who she's going up against. I know at one point using Letta, I actually brought out, what was it? The tree trimmer at some point, and I brought out like knives, and I even went across my mouth from side to side with a brand new knife, well sharpened, and I went and crossed, and I kind of just like, I had a little bit of blood on it, so it just kind of looked like I was actually cutting at some point.
Right.
So yeah.
I know the parlor trick.
Oh yeah. I love to do all of that. Yeah.
You know my thing, light bulbs, but
but see, that's what I want to be pushed. I actually want to be pushed into stuff like that. I want to go further than just the scissors, the knives, the tree trimmers, whatever. I actually want to go into stuff like that.
I'm going to talk to management in Supremacy, and maybe we can get booked in an actual first blood match where you have to actually bleed on camera.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
So, Patty, DOLLFACE, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm so glad you came on the show. Anything else you want to plug anything? Oh, I almost forgot. Tell me about you meeting Sabu real quick.
Okay, that was back when Nick was helping run a indie show over here where we live, and Sabu was a competitor. Now, you see him on TV, he's this lively character, lively person, you know, ready to do battle, but behind the scenes, he's actually a pretty shy, quiet guy, and you know, nobody is allowed in his dressing room except the one person who he spoke to at the time, and that's it. That is it. So anybody else that would get in there would be kicked out.
Well, speaking of that, you know Brian Mead, right? The Alpha Angel? Brian Mead was doing a show in Big Time Wrestling in Detroit, and he was Sabu's like bring him snacks kind of guy. And he
his runner.
He tried to talk to him, and Sabu not only kicked him out, he literally brought Brian Mead to the entrance door and actually put his foot to his ass and kicked him out the door.
Oh shit!
But I've heard he's very quiet, reserved backstage.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Like I know at the time he had to have only certain type of fruits and certain type of food that he requested, and if it wasn't there, you're in trouble. You were in trouble.
Face buster. You get to talk to him?
So I did not. I wish I had. I did, you know, as he was leaving the match, you know, once in a while he would give like a high five. I was lucky enough to be one of the high fives, one out of like 5 that he actually did. So yeah, but I mean, that was like, I had to go wash my hand because he was like bleeding because it was an extreme type of match. So
I'm gonna do something for you here. And I did this for one other person because he's a friend of mine, and we'll see if I can get him on the show for just a second. If you can stick around for about 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Let's see if he'll answer his phone.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Fonzie?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, Daddy? It's Matthew Graves.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, I didn't wake you up, did I?
No, man. I'm watching fucking Monday Night Football, Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Who's playing?
New Orleans and the Bucks.
New Orleans.
Who's he going for?
I live in Tampa Bay, so I'm for Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. See,
Oh no!
Where you guys at?
I'm in Louisiana. I'm Alexandria.
Yeah.
I'm doing a podcast with my friend Patty. She goes by DOLLFACE. She was somebody that was one of Sabu's handlers at one time.
Yeah, I work with Sabu and
Yeah. So we just wanted to call you and say hey. She wanted to say hey and
right now, Joe DOLLFACE says hello.
She's showing a heart reaction with her hands.
Oh, nice, Daddy. Nice. I just got back. I did a show and I was in Cleveland yesterday. I flew up and did a show for John Thorne, AIW, and we had a hell of a house. It was the last show of the year up there.
You met one of my friends actually, Hot Rod Allen. Do you remember?
Hot Rod. He was supposed to show up, but he never showed up.
Oh, he never.
Oh, he was out of the way or something, and he got lost or something. He texted me or messaged me on social media, and he said he was 20 minutes away, and I said, okay, come on, and he never came. I don't think I never seen him.
I gotta get on him because he told me he took pictures with you and everything.
Well, he might have. Maybe he was. Maybe I was with him, and then he didn't tell me it was Hot Rod. You know what I mean? I was with so many different people. I was working all night, busy. You know what I mean? So I seen a bunch of fans, a bunch of people. I met all kind of people. But I told him when he got there, I said, "Hey, come up and introduce yourself. Tell him you're Hot Rod." You know what I mean? So I know who you are. I just know from social media.
Right. He's friends with and I'm also friends with. You've done Robbie Cutthroat's podcast twice.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Robbie and Nick.
I just did a podcast in the UK for that guy. He does that on YouTube. He had 100,000 views. He's doing it. He's splitting it up in 3 different episodes, and he had 100,000 views in the first one.
Wow.
All over the UK and all over the United States.
I'm still gonna get you back on, Fonzie, for a part 3.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. You guys ever come to Tampa Bay? I told you call me so I can take you out to lunch and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to go gator fishing with you.
Oh yeah, man. Is this your number? Is this your cell number?
Yeah, this is my new one.
Okay. Yeah, text me when we hang up. Text me with this number and put your name and address and all that in there, so I know it's you. So
okay.
Then I plug it in. I have your address, your name, and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
I still got.
We're done. Hang up, and then you just take me right away. Then I'll Snapchat it, and I'll do it in the morning. I'll put it in my book and all that.
I'll let you get out of here real quick, but I was wondering if you don't mind, DOLLFACE, you got a question you want to ask Fonzie?
Hey, DOLLFACE, ask me, baby. What's up, Daddy?
I just want to know how he got into the industry. Like, what got him into the industry?
What got me in?
Yes.
Yeah. What got you into the industry?
Well, when I was growing up, I didn't know Tampa was a hotbed for professional wrestling, but this was in the 70s. Eddie Graham, the Great Malenko, Bobo Brazil, all those guys way back then when I was a kid. I'm 64 years old, so I started watching it when I was a youngster, about 12 or 13, and said, damn, that's what I want to do. I love that blonde hair and the action and the ring and the wrestling and all that. But I was so small, I couldn't wrestle. I'm only 160 pounds. So the next best thing was refereeing, and I studied, and I started meeting the guys and everything, and I wiggled my way in there. I've been doing it 42 years. I've never had any other type of job but wrestling. Worked for Vince McMahon, WrestleManias, Ted Turner, WCW, worked all over the world, been in Japan 13 times, been in 25 different countries, love the business. It's been good to me. And I still work on weekends. I do conventions and these indie shows and toy store signings and stuff like that. So
I still got my whistles, Fonzie.
Yeah, man.
Still got my whistles.
I sent you a couple, did I?
Yeah, you did. I appreciate it. In fact, last night I was helping somebody write some matches for eFed Wrestling, and she wanted me to show her how to call a match. And I just happened to find ECW on TNN, and it was a match again. It was RVD against Jerry Lynn, where Jerry Lynn had his ribs taped up.
Oh, and they have good matches.
Yeah, it was the one where at the end Jerry Lynn was on the outside of the apron, and RVD gave him a Van Daminator, and Jerry Lynn went through the table.
Yeah.
And then you see you sneak in just like quick as a mouse, just right through underneath the ropes, and you leave a chair behind, and then you scoot out the other side of the ring, and Van Dam hits another Van Daminator and gets the win.
Yeah, that's not where I hang upside down and put a chair over him, is it?
No, not that. I remember that one, but it wasn't that one. But I do remember that. I want to say that was guilty as charged.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hey, see if you can get me booked on any of those shows out there. If y'all doing any indie shows or anything, if you guys can use me, but you gotta let me know in advance because I'm booked.
Well, yeah.
You know, all of January, February already. You know.
We do what we do is it's eFed Wrestling. It's basically all you do is you don't actually wrestle. You just cut a promo. Yeah. And your other guy cuts a promo, and judges vote, or it's predetermined or whatever. And it's basically whoever talks the best shit.
Oh, so who does the best promos?
Yeah.
Y'all have an audience for that and all that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a whole community, man.
No shit.
Yeah.
All wrestling people.
It's basically for people who always wanted to be a wrestler but couldn't.
Okay.
But I've had matches myself, like promo matches. I've had matches against Brian Pillman Jr., Justin Credible.
All right. Justin's pretty good.
Sin Bodie. I've had a match against Sin Bodie.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
If you have one of those, if y'all got an audience, fly me in and give me a payday, and I'll come in and hang out with you guys.
You ain't even got to fly in. You can do it. You do it over your phone or the computer.
All right.
But you'll still get a payday, though.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I do a lot of mostly all the podcasts in my office with my phone, with my iPhone. I got a nice iPhone, and it works well.
Right, that's where you did ours at.
You know, was I in my office?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some new jackets. Have you seen those new ECW jackets, the jean jackets?
I did. I want one.
Okay, I got a couple left. I'm selling $250, but I'll give you one for $175 or something. I'll send it to you. You can tell me the money when you get it or whatever.
Hey, I'll do that as soon as I'm through with this podcast. I will do that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, send me all your info and all that with your name and text me and all that, the address, and then we'll talk tomorrow or whenever, and I'll send it out to you.
All right.
I got a black one, which I'm going to keep the black one, but I can make more, but they're a pain in the ass to make. I got to go buy them. They're fucking $75 just for the jacket. I got to get the pad.
Is that the black and green? The black and green ones?
Well, no, these are jean jackets. They're dope as hell.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about your manager jackets.
Yeah, I sell those usually after I wear them at a pay-per-view or something. I sell them right after the pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People want them quick.
Yeah, I bet so.
Even on TV or something. Yeah, those so good. I do got some shirts. Like the polo type shirts that says Manager Champions Hardcore 2021 Tour. I got about 6 of those. So I'll sell those for $50. I wore them all at the ring and everything. The polo shirts, black shirts.
I'll buy 2 of them from you in just about 50 cents.
All right. Yeah, we'll get them out to you.
Well,
I'm just telling you what I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll throw pictures and shit. I'll throw it to. I got the new parts. Oh, I got an action figure coming out in January or February. I signed a deal with Zombie toys, heels and faces, me and Sabu signed. And Sabu's RBD signed too, but WWE made him pull out because he's under contract with them.
How's Sabu doing, by the way?
He's doing okay. I just did a 3-day tour with him. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Erie, Pennsylvania. We did autograph signings at toy stores. His body comes up and his mind still, his heart still hurts from his girl dying and all that.
All right. But he's in a better place than he was.
Well, a little bit. You know, he's still down and out. You know, still feels bad. His body hurts so bad he can't wrestle no more. And his heart still hurts. You know.
I hate to hear that, but
no, brother, he tore me. I was in 3 days, brother. He was crying and stuff. But you know, I've been his brother for fucking 25 years. It's okay to cry with me, but
he certainly has left a legacy on the sport.
Yeah, he has. He was the innovator, brother. He was the one who started all the tables and shit.
When you hear that boom, 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 that bass line, you automatically know that you better pack a lunch.
Yeah, man.
All right, Fonzie. Well, I appreciate you talking with me, man. And I'm gonna give you my information again in just a few minutes.
What do you work tomorrow? What's a good time to talk to you tomorrow? We'll set all the jackets and all that shit up.
Anytime. Anytime.
All right, I'll call you. I get a morning time between 10 and 11 around in there. That way I can get it right out. You might not get it for days with the.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be my. I'm gonna buy my own Christmas gift. That's gonna be my Christmas gift.
Yeah, I'll throw some posters and shit for these shows. I've been doing some really big color posters, cardboard, really nice, man, with my picture and all the boys' pictures, Sandman, and everybody's on them. You'll love them.
Sweet.
It'll be perfect to hang in your, in your office and shit.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus. You know I take care of you, kid.
I know you do, man. All right, Fonzie. Was it good talking to you, Daddy?
All right. Tell the girl,
DOLLFACE.
Yeah, DOLLFACE. Give her a kiss for me. All right, kid, I'll talk to you.
All right, later, Daddy.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
How cool was that?
That was awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, he did my show one time, and it was a 2-part episode, and we clicked right away, and we talk at least once a week. And yeah, he forgets. It takes him a minute to remember for a minute. Then once he's like, "Oh, Matthew Graves, yeah, Daddy, yeah, gotcha." So yeah, I thought that'd be a good one.
I mean, it's hard to remember so many people, though.
Yeah, exactly. He, as a matter of fact, hold tight 1 second. Let me show you something. These are what he sent me. He sent me some posters and stuff, but this is the main thing he sent me. He sent me 2 of those.
Oh, nice.
So I might as well go ahead and plug them for him. Get your Bill Alfonso Manager of Champions whistle from Wrestle Warehouse. I thought it was Nami Toys, but Wrestle Warehouse. Bill Alfonso whistles. Blow 'em hard, which is ironically Josh Byers' catchphrase. I had to
say it. What a cuck.
For some reason,
oh
I
my
feel
God.
the need to go with some jazz music, so I'm gonna get off of here.
Hey, jazz is fun, man.
Yeah. Am I blushing yet?
Almost.
I'm too white.
You're almost there.
Anyway, Dollface, you've been a treasure. Thank you so much for joining me. Before I go, I always like to give my guest the last 30 seconds. So I'm gonna remove myself, and you just say whatever you want to say.
Thank you all for having this episode with Darken GraVes.
Short, sweet, and to the point, but don't take that lightly. She is a very dangerous individual to get in the ring with, and I would suggest that getting in the ring with Dollface is hazardous to your health. I'm not wrong, am I?
Nope, not at all.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon. And that was the one and only Dollface, and I want to thank her for joining me. It's been a great episode of Into the Cemetery Gates. We're getting close to the end of season 11, and it's hard to believe that I've been doing this 11 years now. We got a few more surprises coming up, a few more guests. Working on the season finale, which I'm trying to get Fonzie to help me out with this. Hopefully, Missy Hyatt for the season finale. Someone who helped me through puberty a lot. TMI, yes. Do I care? No. You know why? Because unholy am I. See you next week.